Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So now we are going to solve out another question for this Python program practice. So my next question is to me to write out a Python program to create the multiplication table from 1 to 10 of a number. So let's say we are given out a number here. Let's say I just take out the number as 5. Okay, now I just want to print out the multiplication table of that number, which is 5, from 1 till 10. Okay, so this is the whole idea of the program that we are actually talking about. So till now you have actually practiced out around 30 questions, right? So now you must be having an idea that basically if you just get some question like this, then which conditions to apply, which program to, like which functions to apply actually here, right? Which concept to apply from the Python programming. So here I'd be using out my for loop because for loop is one of my concepts in Python program that will go from a particular value to a particular value. So here I just want to print from 1 till 10. So my for loop satisfies this condition that okay, for with the help of my for loop I could be able to give out a range here, and with the help of that range I could just simply print out from 1 till 10. Okay, now another condition here goes that you can even use out the while loop as well. Okay, while loop you can even use. Okay, that depends on you that you want to go with the for loop or the while loop. So I'll be showing you the example with the help of the for loop, and with the while loop you can just try it on your own. So I would just first of all go on to the one note here, and I would just first of all like try to explain you a little bit about the program that I'll be proceeding out with this. I'll be giving out the conditions and all those things, right? So let me just quickly take out a color from here so that we can actually proceed. 1 second. So here we go with our color. Fine, let me start out here. Okay, what I would actually do here is that let's say I just want to take the input from the user. But without taking that input from the user, first of all I'll be taking here my own input. Okay, that will be directly implementing onto the Python ID. Okay, fine. So let's say num. Num is one of my variables that I have taken, and let's say I just assign the value of 5. Okay, 5 is my num which I have taken. Now we want to iterate our loop for the 10 times. Now whenever we just talked about the for loop in the previous videos, what I told, the number which you are going to write in the starting of the range, let's say I just wrote 1 comma 10. I just put out the range and I just wrote 1 comma 10. So what I told that the number which you put on the starting, that is included, that number is actually included, so it will actually start from 1. But whatever the number you want, you give it as a ending number, that is excluded. Excluded means that this number will not be included into your program which you are taking. So in that it will not go till 10, it will only and only go till the number that is 9, so 1 till 9. But we do not want that thing, right? We want it to go from 1 till 11, 1 till 10, right? So in that case you will be taking one increased number, and that is 11, right? So when you are taking 11 years, 11 would be excluded and it will go one number less than 11, that is 1 till 10. So instead of 11 it will take here as 10 only, right? I hope I just made this thing very much clear to you how to take out the range. So whatever the last number you want into your range, always take one incremented number from that particular number. Okay, hope you got that thing very clear right here. Fine, now start out my for loop. So I would just write that okay, just let me take out that same color which we had actually taken. We just go to, let me take out it from here. Fine, let me start out the for loop here. So I would just write for. Okay, I would simply apply the I, that is my index, for I in range. Okay, for I in range. Now what's my range that I'm actually having? That is 1 comma 11. Now why I am taking 11, the reason I have explained right now only, so I'm not just going to repeat that once again. Fine. So I could simply use out my print statement inside my for loop, and what I could just write here. First of all, I could just write here the number 5. Okay. After that, I could put out a multiplication sign here. Either you can put out a AX or you can just put out a multiplication sign according to your choice. Okay. No restrictions in that. After that, I can put out the I, that is my index, that will go from 1 till 10. Okay. So 5 multiplied by 1. And I could just now again put out a comma, and I could just put out the equal to sign here, right? So 5 multiply 1 is equal to, and now I could just put out my condition, that is num multiplication I, and I could just close out the bracket. Fine. Now basically you must be thinking that how I have just written out this thing and what will be the output, that like in what way I'll be getting out the output here, right? Fine, let me just go above. Okay, just 1 second. Give me 1 second right here. Okay, my num which I have taken, that is 5. Right? Now, for I in range 1, 11. So first of all, it will take my value which is 1. Right? Now, it will come inside my print statement. It will write 5. After that, I have put out the multiplication sign. So it will put that multiplication sign. Now, when my loop is running for the first time, so what is the range for I? So value for I is 1. Right? I would just get here as 1. After that, I have the multiplication sign that would be put out here. And what is num multiply I? So in the num, I am having 5, right, that I have taken. And in the 1, in the I am having 1. So 5 multiplication 1 is 5. So I'll be getting the output like this. Let's go it for the second time. Second time, again it will go into my for loop. So my range from 1, now instead of 1, it will become 2, right? Again it will come inside my condition, so it will write 5 multiply. Now instead of this one, my I value is 2 actually, so it will give me 2, right? I would put an equal to sign which is here, and then it is 5 multiplied by 2. So 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. And now it will go all of these things up to the value which is 10. So I would just write at the last 5, again multiplication, then 10, and that is actually equal to 50, right? So this is how the whole program will work. Now, whatever the special characters I have taken, I have put out the semicolons on that special characters only. Okay, I haven't put out the semicolons onto the variables which I have taken in the program or any integer value. So always keep this rule in mind for the print statement, that whatever the variables or any integer value you are taking or in float value, you never put out the semicolons for that. But if you are taking any special symbol into the print statement, then you always put out the semicolons for that symbols, okay, or for characters or for strings or for alphabets, right? This is the rule for the print statement that you should know, and even you should follow as well, because if you're not going to do that, you'll be getting out errors. Fine. So now I would just go on to the PyCharm ID and let's implement out the same program here. Now I'll be taking the input from the user, so int, I'll be writing here input, and I'll be giving the number as enter the number for multiplication table. Okay, this is my print statement which I wanted to print. So enter the number for multiplication table. Fine. Now I have taken integer here because I just wanted to be into the format of integer. Fine. From after this, my for loop starts that for I in, I will put out my range here. Okay, into the bracket I'll be putting the range, that is 1, 11. Fine. Right now I'll just put in here 11. After that I would just change it to 10 as well, and then we'll show you that why we actually put out 11 if you just want to confirm it once again. Okay. So 1, 11. And I could just simply use out my print statement here. So print. Now I will simply write out num here, because in the example which I have showed you on the OneNote, there I have taken a particular number. So for that I would just writing 5 here, but here we are taking the input from the user. So I would write num here only. Fine, num. I would put out my x, that is my multiplication. Fine. Put out a comma, and I would just put out here I. Fine. Then again I would be putting out a comma. Now it's a term for my equal to sign. Then again I will be putting out a comma, and here I will be writing num multiplication I. Right, this is how it will be going. So print num multiplication I is equal to num into I. Right, now what I would just do is here that I would just try to run this program for a while. Okay, so it is asking me to enter number for the multiplication table. Let's say I enter the number which is 2. Okay. Now just have a look at what it is actually giving me. It is actually giving me the whole multiplication of the number which is 2. 2 multiplication 1 is 2, 2 multiplication 2 is 4, and it's giving me up till 10. Fine, this is how you can just print out the multiplication table. Now see here wisely that it is giving me till 10. Right, now if I just change the range from 11 to 10, now just have just changed the range. Now if I just try to run it out once again here, and okay, just 1 second, let's say I just took out another number, let's say 3. Now just have a look that it is only and only giving me till 9. Why? Because I have taken my ending range as 10, and as I mentioned that whatever the number you are giving here for the ending of the range, that is not at all included, that is always excluded, right? That will not be actually included into your range. So one number less than this will be included, that is till 9. That is why I told you to take here from 1 till 11. Fine. So this is how you can write out a multiplication table for a number, whatever you just wish. Now you can just put out any number here, and that will actually give you the multiplication table of any of the numbers. right? So I hope I just made this program very much clear to you. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.